Is this 12-year deal riskier for the Chiefs or for Mahomes?
I think it protects both of them, Skip, because it gives the Chiefs the ability to get this young man signed up. He's the most valuable commodity in football right now. So you tied him up. You got him under your umbrella for the next 12 years. And it gives them an opportunity to take care of him. He gets financial security, knowing that he's taken care of, and they get some flexibility. Skip, I think for me is that when you look at this, there's no question. See, man, it's the cap and we want to do something. I was like, no. Well, you know, COVID and She said, that's our guy. He's not going anywhere. We want him to finish his career here. And they took the steps necessary. Skip, when I was working out, and so when I got it, I saw Mahomes sign a record-breaking deal in 10 years. And Skip, I got on Twitter, I said, in order for this deal to make sense, it needs to be in excess of $400 million. Because why would you give up that kind of the ability to get back into the marketplace unless it was a deal of this ramification? I didn't think 500. I said it's going to have to be. Now, I think he probably could have gotten a little more in fully guaranteed money. But when you look at this and see that he's going to get 2023 salary guaranteed in 2021. So he's getting salary guaranteed 2 years in advance. So basically, Skip, the first 4 or 5 years is guaranteed, is fully guaranteed. Because I don't see them cutting Patrick Mahomes next year. So he's going to play 2021, and he got 2022 and 2023 season money guaranteed. So for me, Skip, it was a no-brainer. I believe it's a 5-6 year deal max, but 10 prorates it out and it looks good. And I think at the end of the day, Skip, you know how a lot of agents are. They like, I want to be the guy that says, I got the first guy that got $500 million. And I want to be the first guy that says, my client, just Lee Steinberg, you know Lee, I know Lee, says, you know what? I was the first agent to get a football player to be the highest paid in any sport in history. I don't know how long it's going to last, but he can say that. So for me, Skip, it makes sense for both sides. And for you to tie yourself into that kind of term, Skip, it had to work out. It had to work out for you in some kind of way, and I believe it did.
Okay, so the one point upon which I stick that you make is it has to be a 5-year deal.
Right.
Well, it doesn't have to be. You did sign it. I assume he actually put pen to paper yesterday,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. He missed his workout.
Okay, so whether he likes it or not, he did, quote-unquote, sign his NFL life away for the next 12 years. They could hold his feet to the fire, and they could say, this is what you're going to get.
But I think
right?
they're going to want to come back and redo it.
Okay, but let's just say he can't live up to it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he will be able to, but I'm not completely sure.
Right.
What if he doesn't? What if he gets hurt? Okay, let's look at his injury history. And I hate to even talk about this, but we have to. When we're talking about 12 years, I'm going to knock on wood over here for the sake of young Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
When he was at Texas Tech, he broke his left wrist and needed surgery on it. Okay? Not a huge deal, but it did happen. Dak Prescott has been, this is his biggest selling point, he just doesn't get hurt.
Right.
He did get a shoulder banged up last year, and it cost him his practice time before the final big game at Philly.
Right.
But speaking of shoulders, at Texas Tech, his final year, Patrick Mahomes had to miss a couple of games with a sprained AC joint in his right and throwing shoulder. What happened early last year? He sprained his ankle badly, and it became a chronic ankle sprain. Remember, we talked about it for the first, I don't know, 6-8 games of the year last year? It limited him to the point that it looked like it might even require surgery. And then what did it lead to against the Denver Broncos in that night game?
Tweaked his knee.
It led to what they called a dislocated kneecap.
Correct.
Well, when it first happened, it looked pretty bad. And it could have been some kind of ligament damage. It could have been torn ligament of some sort. That's what it looked like when it first happened.
Right.
Okay? Quarterback is one position you can get away with a torn knee ligament on, and you can bounce back and be just as good after that. We see Tom Brady, in 2008. Okay, so the point is, has he been hurt before? Yes, he has. What if he gets hurt? Do you want to make a point?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just looking at it. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What if he gets hurt and can't live up to this? Are the Chiefs going to say, well, we need to give you a raise? No, they're not going to say that.
No.
Okay?
No.
What if he struggles? I'm going to remind everybody, when you become the highest paid quarterback or player in the history of sports, not just football, the target grows on your back. All of a sudden, lovable Pat Mahomes with his no-look, almost behind-the-back passes, his left-handed pass.
Globetrottery.
Yeah, his globe-trotting, it won't be so lovable anymore because some of the rival teams, especially in the AFC West, are going to say, you know what, that.
Yeah.
And they're going to be after him, and they're going to plot their whole off seasons on how can we stop that guy? How can we humiliate that guy? And they're going to talk to him, and they're going to trash talk him, and they're going to be all over him, and it's going to be harder for him to live up to this deal. So, Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
I think a lot of this was Super Bowl euphoria that made this deal because it had been forever since Kansas City won that early Super Bowl. 50 years. 50 years later, all of a sudden they break through. And all of a sudden, Clark Hunt, who I watched when he was a little kid, coming up under Lamar Hunt, who I knew very well, all of a sudden, Clark's like, yes, we did this. And out of euphoria, you say, let's do a lifetime deal. How about that? Let's just make it We Are Family lifetime, right?
Right.
Now, you're going to have to commit too. So the risk for Patrick is, what if he outplays this deal and in 4 years, he's saying, hey, this thing's obsolete, man.
Right.
I deserve more. No.
And that's the risk that he ran, Skip, because like I said, the new TV contract is going to come in effect 2025, 2026, and they're expecting the cap to be $250 million, maybe even $300 million. And we're looking at these numbers because there's no turning back. And that's why Dak Prescott didn't want to do the deal. He wants to keep advancing the ball. And I think as players, they owe it to the players that's coming after them to keep advancing the ball.
Okay. Now, speaking of the Super Bowl, I'm going to make this point one more time. It's not like Patrick Mahomes dominated the Super Bowl. He did not dominate
in the
Super Bowl.
fourth quarter. He did.
He did not dominate in the fourth quarter. So here's what happened. Late in the third quarter, it was 3rd and 12 from his own 39-yard line. They're down 20-10, and he does the inexcusable, the unforgivable. If we could see it, he drops back and he throws a pick. You're down 20-10 late in the third quarter. When that happened, I said, uh-oh, the Niners are going to win this thing. And Shannon Sharpe's going to have a long Monday on Undisputed. Then early in the fourth quarter, he does, there it is again. Early in the fourth quarter, they're still down 20-10, and it's 3rd and 6 at the 49ers 23, and he does the unforgivable, inexcusable. He throws a, whoops, that's a bad pass, pick. And it looked like down 20-10 early in the fourth, you are cooked. Yeah. Then we move ahead to 7:13 left in the game. It's 3rd and 15 from his own 35, and he gets a rusher right in his face, and he basically throws a pop fly punt to Tyreek. He doesn't get much mustard on the throw. It is up for grabs. Here it is. The rusher comes free and hits him as he throws. The ball is basically up for grabs. Tyreek has to stop and come back for it. Actually, he waved and fair caught it.
Don't do that.
And the point is, when you make a throw like that on 3rd and 15, it's 50-50 the color of the jersey that's going to catch the football. Right. It could be a red jersey or whatever they call the 49ers, garnet, I think it is. So it could be that color jersey or it could be your jersey. And he was very lucky that Tyreek happened to be in the area code of that throw and was able to come back and fair catch it. So my point is, if those three things don't go, 2 of them went wrong, but then he was able to right the wrong with what I still think was somewhat of a lucky throw. That led to Jimmy G in the fourth quarter. Do you realize he is, as we're speaking about this, he's going 3 out of 14 for 36 yards in the fourth quarter. That's Jimmy G's fourth quarter. And he also, with 1:40 left in the game, I'm sorry, he's 3 of 11 for 36 yards. That was it. 1:40 left in the game. It's 3rd and 10 from the 49. He just misses. Here it is. He misses Emmanuel. Emmanuel's gone. A good throw there.
Yeah.
If he hits him just over the top of his shoulder and he catches it, guess what? The 49ers are ahead 27-24 with 1.5 minutes left.
You counting homeboy out?
No, I'm not counting him out, but I'm saying all of a sudden it gets dicey.
Because you remember what he did to Tom Brady, right?
Okay.
Tom Brady thought he counted him out too, and he got him in field goal range. And if Brady hadn't got that ball first,
really,
2-time Super Bowl champ.
Really? But yet I remember Tom Brady converting 3 straight 3rd and 10s in overtime at Kansas City.
I remember my guy converting, being down 10 points in every game and converting.
Against Bill O'Brien.
Don't do that.
Bill O'Brien?
Hold on.
That's all you got? Well, my point is, he's not infallible here. And his QBR for this game was 62, which is a scale of 0 to 100. It's not great. it was his lowest playoff QBR of his career. So he didn't exactly light up the 49ers.
In 5 playoff games, the man has 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
Okay.
And he's 24.
Okay. That's the guy you just gave the richest contract to in the history of sports, was the guy I just showed you late in the
I
Super
can't
Bowl.
think of a guy that should have got it more. Not Tom Brady kicking it like, God dang it.
So Tom Brady is making $25 million guaranteed for the next 2 years. 25 and 25.
Yeah.
That's $50 million, right?
My homeboy said that's chump change.
That is now chump change.
My
compared to
homeboy
what
said
he got.
I got that in the seat cushion.
So he's averaging 45, and he just got 63 to sign.
Yeah.
So he made Tom Brady look like he was just some pocket change.
And he said, you know what? I'm about to go win another. Because guess who shot? I mean, he was already there, but now he MVP favorite again. But he's gonna be like Jordan and LeBron in their prime. That he's always gonna be at the forefront of the MVP race. It's kind of like Peyton Manning, Skip. Just like every year, Peyton Manning when he was in his prime, MVP favorite, Peyton Manning.
Okay. So to cash this in, the Chiefs better hope he wins them. I'll just say 2 more Super Bowls.
Yeah.
2 in 12 years. If he could win 2 more, he would be worth the price of admission.
He might win 2 in the next 3 years. That ain't none of my business, though.
Do we have some duo?
No, don't worry about that.
All right.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.